Hey loopers, or should I say hunters? Are you ready to take on ghosts, monsters, and all the other creatures lurking in this nightmare realm? If so, grab your flashlights and holy water, because this is our most informative segment in all of Fortnite. Fort News, where we explore all the secrets and features of the latest, spookiest update of this season. I'm bringing my A game as always, and it would really help if you could drop a like and hit that subscribe button. In today's breakdown, we'll discuss the first hints about a real live event for this final season of Chapter 5, Mephisto, who's already taken control of the underworld realm. So, without further ado, let's get to it with Punked Side. First up, as usual, we start with the map changes and all the previous updates of the season combined. The first thing you'll notice when you board the battle bus is the eerie pink fog that's enveloped the entire map. However, as you start descending, the fog quickly fades and becomes visible only in the distance. On one hand, it's a cool feature, but just imagine if there was actual fog on the island. Grab your tissues, because the hill that randomly appeared on the island a month ago has tragically disappeared. We had just named it Billy Hilly, and now it's gone. Press F in the comments below in loving memory of the hill. Anyways, the second thing that's hard to miss is the changed color of the water in the underworld. It doesn't affect gameplay much, except that the color of skulls and teleportation effects has changed too. But the river Styx hasn't changed color for no reason. Mephisto has finally arrived in Zero reality and has started to impose his rules here. However, we still don't know where he came from. Did he emerge from the Nightmare Realm trailer? But as you can see, nothing of the sort was shown. So for now, I'm leaning toward the first option. Considering the gods are hanging out somewhere else, the Red Devil decided to take over Hades' former domain, the Underworld Territories, where he now proudly sits on his throne. By the way, if you thought that Mephisto, the devil himself from the Marvel universe, is immortal, that's not entirely true. You can actually defeat him, even if he surrounds himself with an impenetrable barrier and mocks you as you try to break through. Our Legend's Shield, when used with some clever boomerang techniques, can overcome the devil. However, Mephisto won't drop any loot, but as a reward, you can claim the throne of the underworld. Surprises. And the most eerie spot is the mysterious mansion. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary house, but if you step inside and accept the offer from the TV, a puppet from Saw will jump out and chase you with an axe. Add in the creepy pumpkins scattered all over the place, along with other atmospheric details, and you've got yourself a complete Halloween vibe. Another place that has seen a massive transformation is Brawler's Battleground, or more accurately, Pumpkin Battleground or Brawler's Patch, as it's now known. And that name isn't just for show. A giant pumpkin has taken over the former barracks of the brave fighters, spreading its massive roots, or should I say tentacles, throughout the area. You can even encounter the ultimate things here at night, and the poster hints at least 4 of his plant sculptures. Press E in the comment if you ever wanted to have Scissorhands mythic in Fortnite. Of the metal cuddle team leader head in the southern part of the island. And before you start typing in the comments that this head was in Chapter 3, know that you're right. As we know now that a lot of files about Chapter 3 was added in the game, including Cube Queen and list is unstoppable. But why is it here? Where did it come from? And why now? It doesn't seem to have fallen from the nightmare reality that brought us the pumpkins, as there's no hint of that. Either Epic has something planned and will explain its appearance later, or they're just winging it and doing whatever suits them, like they did with the pond before the battle with Doom. We never got an explanation as to why all the water in the pond evaporated. Other than that, these are all the changes that have come to the island. If I missed something, let me know in the comments or send your suggestions. If there's anything interesting, we'll be sure to publish it in the feed or pin it. Now, let's move from the spooky map changes to the equally terrifying gameplay changes. I'm willing to bet that when I mention this next item, the sound of it will make you want to run. Of course, I'm talking about the new chainsaw. This is one of those times when Epic has absolutely nailed it. From the first ride, I fell in love with this weapon. The damage is solid, the animations are top-notch, and the movement, don't even get me started. I don't know where the game designers got the idea that you could ride the chainsaw, but they implemented it perfectly. I can already foresee complaints from competitive players, which might lead to a nerf, so my advice is to find a chainsaw and have fun while you can. At the moment, the only problem I've encountered is that the chainsaw is pretty hard to find. especially early in the match. Maybe Epic's has purposely lowered its spawn rate, but you can find it in chests on the island. And for those who love horror movies, the chainsaw pairs perfectly with the Leatherface skin from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a true horror classic. There are also plenty of other horror-themed skins available in this update, but if you want to grab everything, be ready to spend over 10,000 V-Bucks. Another new, no less fun item, Billy's Bicycle. It's somewhat reminiscent of flying drones, which can be scattered around opponents. In attack mode, there's not much sense in using it, as it's pretty easy to either run away from or hide from the marionettes in a box. But if you set up an ambush, the bike deals a whopping 75 damage. That's why, mid-game, you barely have time to decide whether you should dodge bullets or a flying Billy bike. But the main downside of the bikes is that you can't tell which ones you placed or which ones your teammate did, versus the ones that can send you straight back to the lobby. You can't destroy them with gunfire or EMP grenades, so keep that in mind. In any case, this item is more for fun than for practicality, but you can definitely find ways to use it. Moving on from the bike, let's talk about the new mechanic. Now every player can get a real adrenaline rush by taking on the Saw Challenge. From Tit, a special timer starts. You have exactly 4 minutes to find another kamikaze player and eliminate them to get great loot and Battle Pass XP. If you don't make it in time, well, you're out of luck. But don't worry too much. Epic has your back. If someone else takes out your target before you do, the trap will be removed automatically. However, you won't be able to retake the challenge. Personally, I find it pretty fun, and am I looking forward to repeating this adrenaline rush. But one mechanic I'm sure everyone will love is the contract system with Mephisto. When a random item. You can receive a random weapon, anything from common to legendary, in exchange for 20 GP. Don't worry though, you can't kill yourself this way, since your health won't drop below 20. So, old weapons from past Fortnitemares have returned from the vault, like the wood stake shotgun. It's a perfect choice for those with great aim, as the shotgun has 0 spread. Although in terms of fire rate, it can't compare to the Sovereign or the Gatekeeper. The Witch's Broom is also back. My earlier complaint about the lack of movement options on the island is no longer relevant. It feels like we've now got everything to help us move across the map. Stark's boots, though severely nerfed, the War Machine's jetpack, impulse grenades, vehicles, chainsaws, and now the broom. Everyone can choose what suits them best. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the broom because of the long cooldown. 20 whole seconds, but it's useful in time. Of course, they couldn't leave us without free stuff. Personally, I was pleasantly surprised by this season's free rewards. By completing all the Fortnitemares challenges, you can earn up to 11 items, including a great emote, a pickaxe, and even a glider. So, they really did make us happy this time. 14 days of Halloween sounds great. On the storyline front, however, it's quiet. Too quiet, like the calm before the storm. Unfortunately, no new dialogues have been added. And according to Mephisto himself, the infamous Dr. Doom has been completely defeated, and it seems like he's resting in reality 616. This makes it unclear how we'll be transitioned into Chapter 2. Epic has fueled speculation by completely refreshing the files for Chapter 3, Season 4's map. Maybe during the final event, we'll be temporarily transported to the Chapter 3 map. If you're curious, hit that like button and I'll cover this theory in my next video. Something tells me that Charlie Wen is purposefully hiding this plot twist very carefully. Many of you have likely noticed an interesting trend this chapter. Epic Games has been leading players on when it comes to the storyline. We expect one thing, but we get something else entirely. For example, when we thought the island's main threat was Zeus and his plans, we were attacked by raiders led by Megalodon. And just when Megalodon was about to destroy the island, the Wanderer appeared and turned out to be Dr. Doom. Now, Doom has a story, but not the main one. If you think about it, out of all the characters in Chapter 5, the one that fits the role of final villain the most is Valeria. If you remember, the whole plot started with her opening Pandora's box and unleashing the consequences that will even show up in the lobby. This means it's going to be a big event. So, let's gather 1,000 likes on this video, and I'll reveal what I think will happen during the grand finale. By the way, I've already mentioned that this year's some of them are encrypted, so we won't be able to see all of them in this video. But let's start with Ultima Carver, who's taken over the town garden. It looks like Epic is returning to the night theme, and this is the second update in a row featuring a night skins. To be fair, both skins look great, fitting perfectly into Fortnite's Halloween vibe. Ultima Carver is a solid pick for any spooky skin collection. If last year's highlight was Meowth Ghoul, this year we've got Phantom Guff, who's been corrupted by cube energy. I'm not entirely sure how comfortable it'll be to play as such a huge Pokemon-like character, but if you've got extra V-Bucks, you might want to grab this floppy-eared giant. And the patch's biggest star is definitely Witch Lexa, who's stolen the hearts of pretty much everyone. I think words aren't even necessary here. Such a beauty is a must-have. She probably won't cost more than 1,500 V-Bucks. I didn't quite get the pink Andy Fangerson werewolf skin though. It's a bit confusing. You can get the skin by purchasing the LEGO Fortnite Battle Pass, but spending 1,400 V-Bucks for a mediocre skin and a bunch of decorations seems questionable. Especially when the item shop has so many juicy new additions. November's Fortnite Crew Pack skin looks pretty good, at least until the mask comes off. If you stick to the first style, the skin's okay. We've seen worse Crew Pack skins, honestly. And Epic is sticking to tradition by giving us another Halloween-themed Raven redesign. Considering how many of these Raven skins are already in Fortnite, I don't see the point in getting another one, so it's a skip for me. Save the Storm mode players will also be happy, as a new starter pack is coming soon, featuring Zombie Penny. I must say, she slimmed down quite a bit. I on my YouTube channel weekly, as I give you the most informative content in all of Fortnite. If you want to stay in the loop, feel free to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. And have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, guys. Take care.
You're all alone on a Halloween night. You hear a moan and now something ain't right. Billy the puppet in black leather face chasing with fright. The Pumpkin King, it's a terrible sight. And now you're too scared, yeah, too scared to swallow. Something spooky in Fortnite horrors. Fortnite horrors, oh, oh, oh. Fortnite horrors, oh, oh, oh. Now you're running but the monsters won't stop. They keep on coming till you're ready to drop. Billy the puppet in black leather face chasing with fright. The Pumpkin King, it's a terrible sight. And now you're too scared, yeah, yeah. You try to hide but they always follow. Something spooky in Fortnite horrors. Fortnite horrors, oh, oh. Things you've never seen, they'll make you scream. Too scared to sleep, you're too scared to dream. And you'll be scared, too scared to swallow. There's something spooky again in Sleepy Hollow. Fortnite horrors, oh, oh. Fortnite horrors, oh, oh. Now you're running but the monsters won't stop. They keep on coming till you're ready to drop. Billy the puppet in black leather face chasing with fright. The Pumpkin King, it's a terrible sight. And now you're too scared, yeah, yeah. You're trying to hide but they always follow. Something spooky in Fortnite